As travel agencies have been dealing with a rush of people either cancelling plans to visit South Africa over the holidays or making arrangements to leave the country at a moment's notice. Tourists, families and business travellers were all caught by surprise when a growing list of countries banned inbound flights from South Africa and other parts of the SADC region following the announcement that the Omicron variant had been detected here and in Botswana. Joining us now to talk about this fast-developing global story and the impact on business is Taryn Aglioti from XL Agency, which handles travel bookings. Taryn, good to speak to you. Businesses such as yours having the worst time at this point. Are you dealing with a lot of cancellations?
Well, I'm sure we're going to see way more coming in this week, but anyone that was due to travel this weekend, flights cancelled, people are stuck here. A lot of our clients can't get back to their families, or we have people stranded in other countries that can't get back here. So it really has been a disaster.
And how difficult is it to arrange travel at short notice, especially when people are not leaving because of a personal emergency, but because if they miss a certain deadline, they may not be able to get back in or will face costly quarantine on arrival?
Well, the problem is we weren't really given a lot of time to try and get people back in time for the deadline. Flights started getting cancelled yesterday. Today, a lot of the major international airlines have just stopped flying. So the rush yesterday, we tried to get a lot of our passengers out, but unfortunately we couldn't.
And who is able to help at this stage? Do you rely solely on the airlines themselves, or are the governments able to help in any way?
Unfortunately, it's only the airlines that can assist us, but they overrun. I mean, there's only so many flights and so many people you can get out, and it's just not working. Travel agents are just scrambling to try and get seats, and there's just not availability.
And in terms of people who were supposed to come to South Africa, are they choosing to cancel altogether, or are they interested in rescheduling at this point?
Well, I think it's a wait and see at the moment. We don't know how long the ban's going to be in place. So people who have further bookings, we kind of just holding off until now. But anyone for the coming week, we had to cancel, and not everybody will just come back. It's not great for our tourism industry because we have a lot of inbound tourism that's not going to be able to happen now.
Let's talk about the practical implications of that then, Taryn, for business such as yours when people do cancel, because you also have financial obligations that you have to meet as soon as really the end of the month, isn't it?
Yes, of course. And now it's going to be processing a lot of refunds. The airlines are going to be backed up with refunds, and if you can't travel, you are going to want your money back, and it's a very difficult situation from our side and from the airline side, because it's actually regulations put in by government that is stopping our businesses.
And what is, I imagine you have quite a few, but what is your main worry, your main concern tonight with all of this unfolding?
Well, are we going to be able to assist people to get back to where they need to be? A lot of people are now separated from their families. If you are here, how are we going to get you back? Are repatriations going to start? And also, we aren't given a time frame of when the flights are going to begin again and when the bans are going to be over.
So planning then becomes an issue, and you've got, I imagine, a lot of irate customers as well wanting you to make a plan even though your hands are reasonably, understandably tied.
Yes, luckily most people have been understanding that it's out of our control, and I think it's more people being very emotional because their plans are changed, or there's people who've been waiting to see their family for over 2 years now. People are just going to be apart again. It just feels like a rerun of March 2020.
Well, Taryn, good to speak to you, and hopefully things pick up soon and those restrictions are lifted on travel.
Thank you.
That was Taryn Aglioti from the XL Agency, which handles travel bookings, confirming then that her agency, as well as dealing with a number of people who are either trying to get into South Africa quite urgently or to leave the country.